They say that if at first you don't succeed, try again. So my first batch of cookies was a epic failure, as you may have seen in the video. I'm not sure how I'm going to cut this or what I'm going to show, but take my word for it. You didn't want to see that. It was bad. For some reason, even though I kept this in the fridge for a couple hours, it didn't seem to solidify. Now I'm hoping that it will now. I have a greased cookie sheet. I'm greasing my hands. Oh yeah, that's a lot harder. Now I'm going to make balls. Now if I recall correctly, that was about the size that you wanted. Again, I was just a kid, but I'm pretty sure that that's what it was. Pretty small ball of cookie dough. And then, so I'm going to roll these out. If I can get 4 in a row, maybe. I don't know how they're going to mush out, but I had absolutely no success in rolling them out the first time. I just didn't get them cold enough. I left this in the fridge overnight to make sure that they were absolutely as cold as they could be. And even now I see them, getting warmer. So I think the key to this is making them very, very cold, almost to the point of frozen. What I'm going to do is I only have one baking sheet. Kitchen's very poorly supplied. So I'm going to roll out as many as I can on one sheet here. And then I'll try to, I'll put this back in the fridge, because like I said, I can feel it getting soft and mushy already. It's not supposed to be soft and mushy. Maybe I'm using too much margarine or something, I don't know. Or maybe not enough. I don't know. Let's see if I can get 2 more done here. Yeah, this is getting real soft real fast. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's about it. These are going back in the fridge. Now, she said I'm supposed to take a glass or something with a damp cloth on it. So I have rigged this up with a cloth. It's wet. I'm supposed to be able to push this down. I'm not sure you can see this. Look at that. It worked. Oh my goodness. What a difference from the last time. Last time I tried to push it down and it just all stuck on the cup. And this ball may be just a little bit bigger than they should be. This one. These will melt down and become very thin. And remember them to be a thin, wafer-like cookie, kind of bubbled up on the top. And I'm not sure. I'm trying to guesstimate the thickness. Anyway, there it is. That's what we got so far. Push this one down a little more, maybe. Okay. And we're gonna pop them in the oven. I've preheated the oven to around 350 degrees, maybe 325, I think. And we'll see what happens. I think they need to be pushed down pretty thin. But there it goes. I should have put that one in there. We'll try this. The wet cloth works good. That's it, okay? And we'll give it 8 to 10 minutes, it says. And we'll pop it down here into the oven. And we'll see what happens. And we'll come back in a few and check out what we got. Well, it's been about 10 minutes. And I'm going to pull these out of the oven and see what happened. And we'll find out. Well, that is one big cookie. I have a feeling that I made my balls too big. So, it actually looks like they cooked okay. We'll let them cool. I think it's something that you need to let cool before you try to take it off the tray. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this cool for a few minutes and see what I can do as far as, maybe I can slice them. I don't know, let me see if this, they seem to slice pretty well like that. Maybe once they cool, I can take them out of the pan and they'll be a square cookie. In the next batch, I'll make extremely small. So, yeah, you definitely got to let them cool because they're just soggy and soft. So, we'll come back and check out the next batch. You know what I said, if at first you don't succeed, just keep trying. I have snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. Look at that. They're not round. In fact, that one's not even square, but I'll tell you something. They are delicious, just the way they tasted when my grandmother made them 50 years ago. I'm going to, I could just sit here and eat this all day. Delicious. Yep, and they come off nice and crispy. A little bit. So my idea of cutting them into squares worked as much as I'd rather have them look the way my grandmother made them. They must be tiny little, not much bigger than what do you call the big marbles, the shooters or whatever they call them, about that size maybe. But boy, I'll tell you, these are good. I'm going to grease this pan up again and make them a little smaller and see if they come out okay. And I'll get back to you. We'll see how those come out. Okay, I popped this thing in the freezer. Oh yeah, I popped it in the freezer before while the other one was cooking. Now I'm going to make just about this big. We're going to see if that works. But this is much colder, and I can't even tell you what size this is. Like, it's a little bigger than a marble, big marble. But I'll tell you, they're pretty small. They don't look like much. I don't know. I'm wondering if these aren't even going to be too big. I don't know. That was going to make them a little smaller.
They really, yeah, definitely have to keep this dough really cold. Probably, maybe, if you're going to make a lot of them at once, you might think about putting them in an ice container in an ice bath or something. You can't see, that's too big. I know it is. I don't know. Even that's. See, this is warming up already and starting to get gooey. But I don't care. They may not be. They may end up to be square, but they sliced up pretty easy, and I was able to. Came right out of the pan, right off the pan, and okay. Now I'm going to rinse my hands off again, and I'm going to pop this right back in the freezer. There's a little bit left. I probably got another half a batch. I'll just stick that right back in the freezer and take my trusty damp cloth and squash it down. See, I know that's going to be too big. I don't know. Looks almost like the last batch. I think that's the problem. I think they puff up so much. We'll see what happens. We'll try and get that one a little smaller, a little thinner. I think if you can make them thinner, they probably cook quicker. All right, well, anyway, I got plenty of water in the rag. I can see that. Okay, in we go. Yeah. Ooh. 8 to 10 minutes. Check it. Well, I had a cup of coffee, and it's been 8 minutes. So I'm going to see what's happening here. Oh, yeah. Well, guess what? The balls are still too big. Ha! Wow. You got to make these the size of a pea. That's wild. Well, anyway, I've only got a few more to go. You know what I can probably do? Look at it. You see that? Maybe you'll be able to see that. I'll make some of them round like this. And just cut them out. Cut them out in circles. Nobody will ever know. Well, I guess they will if they watch the video. This is just starting to get a little overdone around the corners here. So I would, if you're going to make them smaller than this, I would say 8 minutes in a preheated oven is just about the limit. And make one long, skinny one like this. I guess you can make your own design. Look at that. Huh? You could make little ones and big ones. Hey, why not? Pretty good. You can do anything you want. After all, it's your kitchen. Anyway, well, Nana'd be proud, I think. And they do taste just like I remember as a kid. So I hope you enjoyed this catastrophic cookie making adventure. And we'll be leaving in a couple of days for New England for the next 4 months. So Grandpa's Kitchen is moving north. But we'll probably be doing some grilling and maybe some cooking on the boat. But we'll catch you then. Okay? Hope you enjoyed